bad at it.
That's okay.
You actually push me
You
further to
say
the right.
so. What's that?
You individually actually push me further to the right. Just
It's
FYI.
okay. Look, Jeff, you do what you do. You say what you say. It's fine.
I will give you
I
credit
don't
though,
push
and
you to the
I think we should pray on this. Using the term international norms, I think, is a far more realistic term for the standards that we should be striving for internationally, because there is
I
no such thing
agree.
as
I agree with
international
that.
law.
See,
Um,
here, you and me. The fact of the matter is that we should be talking about the places where we agree because we actually agree on much more than you think.
no,
That's
no,
one
no.
thing.
I agree.
Secondly,
I
look,
agree.
we are the reason why I come into these rooms is because especially when I was in Burkina Faso, I was very isolated, and I like being around my fellow Jews. Okay, and look, all of us as Jews, we have a spread of opinions, and then there are conservative Jews and there are liberal Jews. But we're all the same family, and I always feel comfortable being in the same family because we have a lot of common history, and we have a lot of language that we share that's nonverbal. Okay, and we know that. So I consider you a brother, even though we disagree on stuff, but we agree on a lot of stuff too. And it sort of disappoints me when it's like you would insult me for something to get a laugh. And when it's like, come on,
It's okay. You're not even
we're
aware.
cousins. We're cousins.
You're not even aware when you insult the rest of us.
Yeah.
You're just not even aware of the type of loaded language you use. I at least insult you intentionally and obviously. You
Yeah.
just do it you just do it in turn.
Like what?
If
Give me
you,
an
I mean,
give
I'll
me
give
an
you an example.
Let
example.
him
Give me an
finish the
example.
I'll give you an
sentence.
example.
Give me an
Why
example.
don't you ask me to give you an example again? So when you say, I look at people, like you or people who don't get how evil Donald Trump is, and I think they're insane and delusional. Like that is very loaded, and you've effectively stopped the
Oh,
conversation.
no. All right, that's a misunderstanding. I do not believe
No, it's
that.
not a misunderstanding, Ben. You haven't learned anything from being
No,
married to a diplomat. You
no.
talk, you talk like an arrogant, ignorant person without even knowing it.
Okay, if you say so.
I mean, everybody that's ignorant would talk like they are not ignorant. That's all of us. We are too convinced of what we think we know,
Absolutely, but like some of us actually know when
including me, you,
when we're going
everyone.
to insult people. Yeah, but you're very aware when you insult people. I'm very aware when I insult people. Ben has no awareness that he's insulting people. That's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
ignorance.
How do you know?
Is calling people a retard insulting?
But you
Shut
are
up,
my
retard.
favorite retard, Simon.
And actually, I honestly
I don't know
think
if
we
I
should
should
not
be
call Simon a
insulted or
retard.
flattered.
Well, let me defend you,
You should
Simon. I
feel
don't think we should.
flattered.
Issa, I think you should stop calling Simon a retard when Aziz is on stage.
Simon, that leather looks good on you.
No, because Simon is my favorite retard. This is my less favorite retard.
That's true.
And Jeff,
Wait,
what if he's an anti-Semite out of self-hatred, such as I am?
well, I mean, I
Who are we
can't be.
talking about?
Simon, I have that duffel
Ben,
bag, same one. I have that same bag.
Ben?
My
Ben,
which size though?
Ben.
55 or
I
Wait,
think
do you
it's
have
an
the
8.
one that
You're
fits a
talking
fold
about
in it, Aziz, or just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
weekender?
Doesn't fit a whole body.
Ben.
It's I think it's the
Ben is
keyboard
See,
just
area. I
hermana.
can't
very.
remember which
Hold
one.
on.
What?
Ben
What?
is
What?
just
What?
Ben is just very extremely emotional about Trump, and he's incapable of seeing anything that he does right. So his hate for Trump is much stronger than his love for
I don't think he hates
his
Trump.
country.
I
Is
don't
that
think he
for
hates Trump.
America?
I think he made a fair assessment. If you listen to what he said, it wasn't
Oh,
No,
shut
unreasonable.
up,
I was
Aziz.
listening to what he said. I wasn't on mute. I was
But
listening to
it's
what he was
but
saying,
it's true.
and
It's
I appreciate when he is explaining how he sees things and what he sees. when he's looking at certain things. I mean, like, you cannot mandate what you understand from things. But when he is understanding these things, I feel that it's more about the feeling about what he sees rather than the reasoning about what he sees.
But some things are beyond reason. You know what I mean? Like sort of kidnapping presidents, seizing Greenland,
It was
ICE
an arrest,
agents.
as this is what's not a
You know,
kidnapping.
seizing
paedophile
Greenland,
When
that
you
islands.
hasn't even
arrest
occurred yet, and
someone,
it's a
when you
talking
arrest,
point.
Yet
hold on,
being
when you
the
arrest
key word here.
someone, as is, when you arrest someone, you need to take them away.
Wait,
You, in a way,
arrest for
kidnap
what?
them. In the same, well, they have, there is an indictment for Maduro, and you don't get indicted, and there is no evidence for to
So
indict
you
you.
can kidnap heads of
So
state as long
it's
as there's an
not
indictment?
kidnapping, number one. And number two, hold on, Simon. And number two, he's not the head of state. He didn't win the election. He's occupying the government. He's
It's a
not the legitimate president. Number
it's
Wait,
a
one.
school
And
trip.
number two,
so
hold on. This is what the Democrats used to say. Oh, the separation of families when they deport. Yeah, when you arrest someone, you separate them from their
so you
family.
can
You don't
kidnap
take
Zelensky.
go hold on. You don't take the children and the wives to jail. You separate them.
So Putin can kidnap Zelensky, right?
Actually,
Putin can
No,
kidnap Zelensky,
he
right?
could not. You know
He could.
why? Why?
Why
Not
not?
because he of his the goodness of his heart, but he knows that if he does that, the whole world will come at him.
No, I'm
So
not
it's a matter. Hold
repercussions. I'm
on.
not talking
It's
about.
a matter. Oh my God.
No, but
Matter.
I'm not the
Shut
percussions
up,
here.
or you're gonna go down. It's a matter of strength, not of principle.
No, 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 no. So okay, yeah. So you're saying might is right. Like if I can fuck your wife and you're weak, I'm just gonna fuck your wife.
Unfortunately, that is right, and that's the
Right,
reason
right. So
why.
there's
That is the
lawlessness.
reason why it's in the interest of
So
the
you
whole
believe in
world.
lawlessness.
That is the reason why it's in the interest of the whole world for the strength and the power and the weapons to be on the side of those that are moral and not the ones that are immoral.
Right, but
Because if tomorrow Islam would take over the world, we
why are
will
we talking
all
about
be
Islam?
fucked.
Putin's not a
Well, I'm,
Muslim.
I'm talking about
Xi
Islam just
Jinping's not a Muslim.
to compare two different cultures with two different sets
But
of
Putin's
principles
not a
and values.
Muslim.
And
no, but
that's the
Putin's not
if
a Muslim.
reason, that's
China's
the
not a
reason
Muslim
why
country.
you need to keep the US strong, because they are going to be
So
they are the ones dictating.
right.
And so if on the contrary we had if on the contrary we had the IRGC being the strong one with
Oh my
weapons, with money,
god.
with everything, we would all go to shit.
The IRGC are not the big bad wolf in this conversation.
They are
China,
not,
Russia,
because they're being
yeah,
kept
they're not
down.
part
They're
of.
being
This
kept
is
down on their
no, no,
knees.
no,
That's the
right,
reason
no,
why.
no, no.
Because if
They
they
don't
could,
have
they
it in
would.
them. They don't have it in them to engage in this triangle of power when
Well,
it comes
if
to
they
Russia.
could, they
They're not
would.
part of it. They're not.
There's the only thing
But
holding them back is their inability to expand farther.
well, they don't have the resources. They don't have the capability. They are
right,
sanctioned.
because
As
we
I
know
just said.
Iran is not Russia. Iran is not China. Iran is
Yeah,
not
but with
America.
Russia's
more
not even
wealth, they
Russia.
would.
Right, but then that's like saying if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. You know what I mean? It's just
No,
no,
irrelevant.
that's a horrible
You do
analogy
you
no,
know
that
the
is a
Grandma
and
rode a
terrible.
you
bicycle.
can't use
It's just irrelevant.
and you can't use the Italians analogy in that instance.
I
The,
just
the
did.
the the truth of the matter is that like what America did is 100% moral and it's 100% consistent with principles of freedom
Right.
because
So what I'm asking is, if Putin now,
going to
it,
Venezuela where the country is illegitimate, blatantly violates people's rights. People cannot vote, people cannot own property, and people can barely say what they want to say. You have an illegitimate head of state. State that decides to go and invade for whatever reason is absolutely bad because an
so we
illegitimate
Simon,
can,
we're
state.
not
right,
gonna talk
right.
about the
So,
theory
so,
right now.
so this is the thing, right? So listen,
He's literally saying
you
what
guys are
Trump
talking
did
about
is bad.
morality. Simon, you're talking about morality. Donald Trump isn't even talking about morality. He's saying oil. Like, he keeps saying oil. Like, he doesn't care. It's not about
Okay,
morals
so
here.
and
So
what
we need to
exactly do
stop
you think?
pretending.
I'm gonna have
We
to
need to.
start muting you and you don't stop talking. What exactly do you think China, Iran, and Russia were there doing? Do you think they were there for the recipes of
No,
the
no, no,
arepas?
no. But no, but they're not pretending. Like, you're pretending. You're
No,
doing the
no, no.
pretending.
Donald Trump
Yeah,
said
because
it.
you
You
The
said
just said it.
recipes of what?
no.
Aziz,
Because
hold
Ether,
on. Aziz, you just said it. Donald Trump said it was for
Right,
the oil. Yes, he said it.
right,
It was not only for
right.
the oil, but part of it is the oil.
No,
What do you think China, Russia, and Iran
no,
are doing
no.
there?
They're
They're
not.
interested in the
Issa,
arepas.
Issa, you
Damn
just
it.
told me they overthrew the dictator because of all of this. Oh, this pretty moral stuff. No, that's not what. Like, what are we doing here?
Nobody's saying that, but
You
you're
just
not
said
going to
it. You
have the
just did
enemies
that.
on your fucking
You
backyard
just
with
did
a
that.
20-minute time for a missile to hit you. Did you know that if there was ever a missile being launched from Venezuela, it takes 20 minutes to
So
reach
the
the
Cuban
USA?
Missile Crisis
No,
again.
listen,
This is
it
what we're
takes
doing
20
again.
minutes to reach the USA.
Come on.
Why do you think that
What are we
Trump is
doing
going
here?
to allow fucking Hezbollah to be in Venezuela?
Well, you're letting Al Qaeda be in Syria and you're lifting the sanctions on them. Let's not talk about
Nobody
morality.
cares
It's
about
not
the Middle
about
East. It's too
morality.
far.
No, it's not about morality. It's not about morality. It's not about,
It's about
oh,
self-defense, you
he's an
idiot.
unelected official. It's not about any of these things. It's not about
It
any of
is
that. Let's stop
about
pretending.
it is about
It's about
defense.
regional
It is
primacy.
exactly. It's about regional point.
Yes, exactly.
Why
So
would the
stop
US? Oh my
pretending.
God, you retarded? Really?
No,
Why do you think the US would want to have Russia, Iran, and China in their fucking backyard, you idiot?
yeah. So stop pretending that it's anything but that reason.
Nobody's
Like,
pretending. Jesus Christ.
you
I don't know who
did.
are you talking to.
You just did
Have
a
you
rant, Issa. You
I
just did a
said it's a
10-minute rant,
multi-layer
right?
interest thing.
Issa, you just did a 10-minute rant talking about how he doesn't care about his people and he doesn't do this and he just
What?
fuck his people.
Oh my
Fuck his
God.
What are you
Jesus.
people.
talking
We're
about?
I
We're
gonna
don't
going
take
know.
from
I don't know who
if
he's
Saudi
talking
for
to. I never
oil.
said
We're going
fuck
anything.
in
his
for
people. We don't give a
for
fuck about his
I
people,
never
bro.
said anything of this. I
You
don't know.
did. You were talking about how he's unelected and he doesn't look the economy's
he is
bad and he doesn't
unelected.
care about them. They don't
No,
give
no,
a
no, no, no,
fuck
no.
about them
Listen, listen.
either. No one gives a
If
no
you're
one
gonna
cares about
quote
Venezuela.
me, you're going to have to quote me the right way. Ben was saying that, well, or you said that he was the legitimate leader. I said no, he's not a legitimate leader. He was arrested for a lot of crimes that are being put on him. So I said to you that he's not a legitimate leader. That doesn't mean before you on mic. That doesn't mean that Trump did it because of the goodness of his heart. He is a roadblocker for all the interest of the USA. Yes, and on top of that, he is also not legitimate.
But basically, what you're saying is it's like if correct me if I'm wrong, yeah. And
But
this
on
is
top of
this
that, the
is
Venezuelans
this.
are fucking
Let me,
happy.
this is the problem. Well, everybody's happy. You know, the Libyans were happy. The Iraqis were happy. Fucking the Somalis. Everybody was happy at the time. But now their fucking country's gone to shit. Like we've been here before. Like this isn't new. The problem is what you're saying is it's like imagine somebody had an alcoholic father, right? And then you come and you kill their dad and you say, yeah, I'm not going to be your stepdad. And you know what? Before I leave, I'm going to check what's in your fridge. Like you didn't come to save the family. You wanted to check what was in their fridge, but you're acting as if the plan was to restore the nuclear family. No, you wanted to check what was in the motherfucking fridge.
You're really an
That's what's
idiot.
going on here.
Nobody's making such a claim. Number one. Number two, yes, Venezuela has got the biggest reserve. They sit on the biggest reserve of oil in the world. Number three, the infrastructure to extract that oil and to refine that oil has been an investment of billions of dollars in the from the USA. They are the only ones that have built such refineries in the whole world, and it's for the purpose of refining the oil coming from Venezuela and Canada. It's not the same type of oil in the Middle East. So Maduro, when they expropriated, the Communist Party expropriated all of these infrastructure, they were stealing billions of dollars from the USA. They want their fucking money back. And yes, so they're going to go there. They have taken oil in order to repay all the debt that they have with the US. But on top of that, those refineries are working only at half, probably because they haven't given them maintenance in probably like 30, 40 years. So the US has to go there and now rebuild the whole thing. And on top of that, so
Oh, what a
because
shame.
Maduro wasn't able to extract this oil, they had a negotiation, they had a business with the US. They have been defaulting on that business. So the US have been losing billions of
Reluctantly,
dollars
America's
worth of
intervening.
petrol.
So you're
So
saying they're reluctantly
Maduro
intervening.
broke Maduro broke the whole country.
So,
And since
so
he wasn't able to get more money, he started getting into bed with
Isa,
Russia, China, and Iran. Why? Because these three want to be in the backyard of the US because they want to influence the US through terrorism, through propaganda, and through a lot of other ways. So the US is not going to be taking shit, especially from a guy that is just taking power with that is not legitimate. There was elections in July last year and he lost. So it's not about that. It's everything piling up. And he got arrested because of all of these crimes.
okay, so again, I mean, the things you're saying, even Donald Trump isn't even saying. Like, Donald Trump is happy to admit we're going to send Chevron to fucking mine this shit. And we don't, you know, the other guy was talking about how Maduro was corrupt, and Trump kept cutting him off, saying, so they got so much oil, we got all the oil. Like, it's always been about resources, it's always been about that. But I'm just glad
You
for the
have no
first
clue
time
what
in
you are
history.
talking about.
I'm just
It's
glad
just
that the first time in history an American president has admitted the reason why they're going on this campaign is not about morality. They've just got resources, and we fucking need that shit because we're running on a petrodollar
okay.
vampiric
Do you
system.
ever understand geopolitics? Do you think
I
it's
do,
never
I
about
do.
resources, you idiot? I mean, do you think that people do geopolitics because of the goodness of their heart?
No, that's what you keep claiming, though.
No, that's
That's
not
what you've
true.
been claiming this whole
No, no,
time.
no, that's not true. It's
There's
always in
every
the
time I enter
interest
this
of the
room, it's
sovereignty
about
of the country that
morality
they
of the
represent.
West.
And that
It's
is the
about the
reason why
morality
it's in
Az-
of
the
the West.
interest of the
Can
and that
you
is the
Aziz,
reason
do you
why
do
think
it's in
It's
the
only
always about.
interest that is the reason why it's in the interest of the
It's
whole
always
world
about the
to keep
morality.
a country like the US strong because they represent our
Their
moral
values. Oh,
framework
here we
and our
go. This is
principle
it. The good
framework.
stuff.
Yes, because that is what we defend. And so we don't want other countries that have other values and other principles to gain strength because otherwise we all go to shit.
Again, the
okay,
values.
okay, if I may interject, like on another point about the topic, why aren't the US empowering the president elect that was elected back in July? Why have they accepted the vice president of
Because
Maduro
there
to
is
take
not,
on?
they have evidence that there was a fraud, but there is no evidence that they are the clear supported people. So what they're going to create is an opportunity to have elections so that the people would elect whoever is actually open to present their candidacy. That's why. And also, Trump thinks that this Maria, whatever her name is, uh, that she is not the best person to be there because she will be bullied by the Communist Party.
And she stole his Peace
She
Prize.
is a woman, and this is something that I have always said, that a commander in chief should never be
But the
sorry,
vice
What kind of
president
should never
is
be a
values is
woman,
that?
the
because the
current vice
military
president
in
is a
that
woman also.
area needs someone with strong character and strong hand, especially to manage a situation like this. And if they put her, they will not respect
But
her.
Isa, the sitting vice president who is the president now is a
Is a
woman as
woman.
Yeah,
well.
but she is there
Bruh.
not because she was elected, but because she was the next in line. And so she is there only for 90
So
days
now
because
we're respecting their
she has a
process.
mandate. Yeah, nobody respect her. It's just the same as you, but you are not a woman. But
I think he's maybe a woman. That may be part of the problem.
she she was
Don't
put
insult women
there
like that.
because legally that is the next in line. And she got this mandate for 90 days only.
So the values, so women aren't equal, basically. That's a value we're importing.
Who says they're equal? Do you want to move the goalposts now to what is
That's
a
No,
right.
I'm
woman?
just
We invaded
clarifying. I'm just
Venezuela because of the
clarifying.
Islam
inequality of
says the
women.
value of women is less than the
Yeah,
value of
yeah. I'm a
men?
Muslim, but
It's
Yeah,
actually
I mean, you
it's
should be
actually a
familiar with that.
quarter. It's
yeah,
actually
I'm
a
Yeah.
just checking
quarter.
you guys' value system.
You
You
are
know,
not
you
being a
guys are
good Muslim right now
yeah,
because
you guys are virtue
the
signaling. You know what I
Quran
mean?
says
Has
that the
anyone
word
here
of
ever
a
seen
man
the
is worth
movie
3 times
Brick?
more.
No, it's twice, isn't it? In
No,
evidence.
you're misunderstanding the Quran. The women are only less valuable if they're Muslim. If they're not
Oh,
Muslim, they're just as valuable as the men.
oh, that makes sense.
Interesting.
Well, you
So
know,
there's like a point within Brick. There's like a line that keeps when things like this happen, like when Trump just like takes the president away from another country. I'm reminded of this quote where the main character, who's a detective, just like picks a fight with the most popular kid in school, and they ask like, "Why are you doing this?" Like, is he involved some way? And he says, no, he's a sap. I downed him on his field and his crew didn't bite. So now I know he's a sap. And anyone who acts like he isn't is profiting by it. That's not why I roughed him up, though. For kicks? No. Economics. Brad's the school's biggest drug dealer. So if this drug dealer is behind all the selling, I just got his attention.
What was that quote from?
But
Brick.
I'm just glad when we can stop pretending it wasn't always about the oil. You know what I mean? I'm just glad.
You
You're
know, about the
misunderstanding.
oil,
You're
No one
misunderstanding
Aziz.
the
cares.
full
I'm just
read.
Do
It
glad.
you
is
think
about the
just the
Because it
resources.
Americans?
It
was
is
Hold
about
on,
the people. It's
it was
about
getting
the
exhausting.
corrupt government.
Aziz.
But
Aziz.
primarily, the thing that you are trying to focus on, the morality, that is also what it's about. That's not the
Ah,
reason
Like
they're
no,
doing
no.
it. They're
with
not
all due
virtuous
respect,
I
It's
have a
trying
question.
to
scions or
confront
religion
their
Yaakov,
trying to
resources.
make
I
the
have a
world a better
question for
place.
with
Aziz.
all due
Morality
respect,
indicates when someone
Aziz
doesn't
is
Hold on.
have any
using
support.
I have a question for Aziz.
with all due respect, very quickly, Aziz is using very dumb rage baiting tactics, and you
Yeah,
guys
that's mostly what he
are
does.
you, like, with all due respect, are you as dumb to engage with them?
Well, they haven't figured it out yet, Faisal. You know what I mean? It only takes a line or two.
Aziz, if it's
Faisal,
just
to be
about the
clear,
oil,
I'm not speaking because I find him dumb and race baiting, and it's beneath the dignity of humanity to engage with someone so dumb and race baiting and just
My
Yeah, I'm
sense of
if
saying,
humanity
that
includes the
you
dumb folks
guys
who
Aziz,
are
race bait.
are better
Aziz,
than that.
Yeah, Jeff's
I'm
gonna
oil
get
gonna
my
isn't a
Nobel Peace
race,
Prize,
but
bro.
we're all better
it,
than that. Just
Go on,
insult him in the
Yakov. You had a
side chat
question.
like I
Yakov,
did.
you had a question. Yakov, you had a
if it's
question.
just about the oil, right? Do you think just the Americans profit from the oil? Do
No,
you
I
think
didn't
there's
say. I
any
didn't
benefits to the
say.
people of Venezuela? We used to
I di-
have the number one economy in South America.
no, Yakov. I didn't say it was just about the oil. Of course, it can never
No, I'm just
just be
saying
about.
if it's just about the oil, let's just pretend for a moment. Let's just
Mhm.
use the argument that it's only about the oil. Does all of that value go to the United States and all the multinationals aligned with the United States?
Well, I can't imagine Trump being too generous a man. When it comes to
Has it ever
resources.
in the past?
No, I know.
Of course
America's
not.
no. America will absorb. The majority of the wealth they
No, you
extract.
have to look at look at the way the contracts work. They pay for the infrastructure, they build stuff, and then a lot of there's essentially fees that get paid to the government for extraction, and those fees are hefty. They don't get 100. Chevron, Mobil, Exxon, all these companies, they don't get 100% of what comes out of the ground.
No, of course not.
They
Of course not.
they
But
they
this is,
historically
this
got
is
about
like a.
35%.
It's
Yeah,
like
so the
vamp.
vast majority of it goes to the host nation.
Of course, but it's like vampires that suck each other's blood. You know what I mean? It's not. It's mutually
So
beneficial.
No, they're sitting on a gold mine, and it went to shit under.
it is a dumb conversation though, because the reality is Issa was correct in her response initially when he brought it up. What Trump says is no different than the status quo vis-a-vis Russia and Iran, who are currently sucking the blood of Venezuela when it comes to the oil.
Right, but they're
So
not
like
maximizing the value.
the whole
For them,
conversation's
yes.
dumb because we're letting Aziz, cast aspersion on our great king Donald Trump, and his goals to liberate the Venezuelan oil from the Russian oligarchs. Um, and we're discussing, the American crime while we're completely ignoring the fact that that oil isn't free already. We're just giving them a better deal and a better deal for the Venezuelan people. And more importantly, and I think everybody can relate to this, the ethnic Americans who are being oppressed in Venezuela, we need to protect those people. So, and to the extent that the ethnic Americans aren't there yet, we need to liberate Venezuela and make it a place where ethnic Americans can feel safe to be in order to improve the oil. So, thank you.
It's super dumb.
I think this is just
Most of
leftism.
it was serious, and some of it was parody. So hopefully, the smart people can tell the
Yeah, I
difference.
understand.
I didn't understand anything.
Oh, you never do. Anyway, why is Aziz dumb in every single topic? Like, if it's maths, if it's religion, if
Well,
it's
he's
Israel,
consistent
if
with
it's
being a leftist.
America. Yeah, like some people get it right sometimes, but when does he get it right?
I know the answer. He's not a broken clock. He's a broken cock.
Oh,
I don't really want to
is
think
that
about
true,
Aziz like
Aziz?
that.
Yeah, I don't want. No, don't make me think about Aziz's cock, please.
Oh, you're saying it. So yeah, I mean, Western values are the best. All the rest suck ass and are evil, and that's it.
Now, I do see this move by the US. I see the parallels with the move that Russia had with Ukraine. And that's the reason why I support Russia in that conflict. It doesn't mean that I think Russia is good, but I can see why Russia started that shit.
Yes, to protect the ethnic Americans in the Ukraine.
I
Exactly.
can't. It's evil.
No.
Look.
Now, do I think that Russia should be in South America? Fuck no, because they're a threat.
But you think they should be in
Oh, wait.
Ukraine?
Oh, I've
No,
never
no,
heard
no.
you
I
say
don't think they
this,
should be
Isa.
in Ukraine, but I can understand why Putin did what he did because it's the exact same thing of the preemptive strike or whatever it is that the US took right now towards Venezuela.
Yeah, and
Venezuela
And
didn't
I
have
could
to
and
attack
understand,
there
first.
wasn't a
and I could
diplomatic way
understand
to
why
say
Lenin
protect the
and
Russian speakers before I invade you.
Yes, there was, and it was going for 3 years.
Not he didn't
Yeah.
maximize that efforts.
It was going for 3 years, yeah, but Biden didn't, and they chose the non-diplomatic way, and that's the reason why
Oh,
Ukraine is where it is right now. Again, I'm not saying that either of them are good or moral or whatever, but I can understand why Putin did that, and that's the reason why in that Ukraine thing, I understand why Russia did it.
Now, Issa, do you support America dealing with or launching an effort to protect the ethnic American in Greenland? His name is
Uh,
Steve. Why do you hate Steve?
it's just one.
Just one guy.
well, the Inuits there are definitely ethnic Americans.
I think they should give him a big ass house and pay his taxes. His taxes. Jesus, I have fever. Pay his maintenance or whatever for life.
Wait,
If
who
it's
are we
just
talking about?
Steve
Steve.
Steve on the
from
app.
Greenland, Steve
No, Steve
from Greenland.
is the ethnic American living in Greenland.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Steve must be protected.
Yeah, okay. So
Free
it's
Steve.
just a generic Steve.
I mean, he's the head of the Ethnic American Association of Greenland.
Yeah. Has he called for
He's also the
for
CEO and the COO and the
interesting.
cleaner.
What is that a picture of, Isa?
I heard he was a Jew though, so I'm not so sure.
No. That is called
A
Leonese
bagel?
branch. No,
Oh, it
a
looks
Leonese branch. And I put it up because I took a photo saying that it gave me the impression that it looked not like, but like a modified version of a menorah. And I wanted to
mm,
show it to Shai and Jeff
mm,
and
mhm.
Megzed to see if they could
Interesting.
put the links together because this is from northern Spain. And so we started looking into it, and apparently, yeah, well, this symbol started appearing in the 1600s, and in the
16th century,
1500s,
the 1500s.
1500th century, yeah, 1500s, around the Inquisition. So we were
Mm,
guessing that it might have been something done by the crypto Jews
interesting.
because of the
12
area in
candles.
Spain.
12
Yeah.
candles.
Yeah, but usually this is like an outlier because usually it is 7, 9, or 15 candles. It's always odd numbers.
Wasn't
Yeah.
I thought the candles
Uh,
were after the destruction of the temple. The oil lasted for 12 days when it was supposed to last for one. I thought that was the.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Well, that's what I always thought
Why
it
are
was.
you
Hey,
You
always
were taught
wrong?
badly.
I know
We
yeah.
that's
didn't need
just
further proof of that.
that's just
Look,
like
your
Aziz, I have
religion's
one
based on our
question.
religion. Get it right.
by,
no.
by the
I'm
way,
not talking about my religion, and it's actually
Issa,
not based on. It's not based on. It's a continuation, just
Do
like
you date
Jesus is.
girls,
Yeah, that would
Aziz?
be based. I would say.